Hello, this is Josie Bunagirl. There has been a storm in my location. So I did a video about it, showing you the news and everything. I didn't film earlier when we were actually in there in hail and tons of storm, rain and everything, because I was worried about my safety. I didn't want to die. So this is what it was like, and I hope everyone is okay who is in the storm. There has been massive flooding, tornado warnings, lightning strikes, softball and softball and baseball size hail, as you'll see. Let's just film the video, shall we?
Dealing with lots of hail. We had softball-sized hail in some spots as well, Matt.
Take a look at this picture from the Morningside area of Sioux City, and that's going to show you the size and scope of the hail. It's drifting at some points in Morningside. Hail coming down so heavily, in some spots the hail was forming drifts. As Sheila mentioned, large hail in Morningside confirmed by Sioux City Fire Rescue. Quarter-size hail falling at one point, nickel-size hail falling at another. KTIV is area where these images were taken. She's in the Morningside neighborhood with the very latest with Live Link 4. Danielle?
Yes, that's right, Matt. I am here off Sergeant Bluff Road, and when I drove in off of Highway 20, the rain was coming down pretty hard, pretty heavy. It stopped raining for a minute, but now it's picking back up. And the weather over here got so severe, if you can notice, that we didn't have softball size, but as you can see, the hail here that's created is pretty intense. It's going to pick a little bit up. Hopefully you can kind of see.
That's hail.
So we have a few. It's really cold. And this one got pretty big, so it's starting to pick back up here. Hopefully it won't get any hail, but like I said, it looks like a winter wonderland out here right now, and it is the end of July.
And Danielle, I think behind you, Sergeant Road actually was like a stream earlier today. We saw a video from that area where people couldn't believe the water just flowing down. There were some in there as well, some fallen trees.
Other areas of concern where flooding has been especially bad has been along Interstate 29. We're told that traffic is beginning to move once again. Sioux City police trying to get the cars that were trapped on southbound I-29 once you pass the Riverside Boulevard exit through that area.
Wow.
Four corners, if you know Sioux City at all, it's where
that is huge.
Where Interstate 29 intersects with Wesley Parkway, which is also the Veterans Memorial Bridge taking you over into South Sioux City, Nebraska. They continue to reroute traffic because of now several inches of standing water still in the southbound lanes of I-29. So if you plan on coming down through Sioux City from I-29, from the north of Sioux City to the south, you're going to be rerouted off of I-29 at Riverside Boulevard. You'll be directed onto Warriorville Drive, then onto West 4th. Then you'll be put back on the interstate at the Wesley Parkway exit to continue your travels to the south. The heavy rain also impacting events in the Sioux City metro area.
Can't believe it's flooded again.
5 years ago is when the big parade was scheduled to start.
But it
was canceled about an hour ago because of the severe weather in the area. The indoor activities that go along with it, the Mardi Gras Festival,
at the Convention Center, that's going to start. They're actually serving food right now, and they'll be serving food throughout the evening, and then they're going to do the Carnival Festival at 7:15 inside the Convention Center, and then they'll have music later moved indoors, and then after that, weather permitting, the fireworks. You're looking at even more pictures of all the hail that fell throughout the area. We're going to head now to South Sioux City, Nebraska. KTIV's Mason Morrow is standing by there. We had heard reports of up to softball-sized hail falling in some parts as well. You can see a live picture here with Mason Morrow. Mason, what are you seeing out there? It looks like a lot.
Look at that water.
Yeah, man, Sheila, right now I'm along Dakota Avenue at 13th Street where, as you just said, several inches of water, standing water here. As you can see, cars really struggling to get through the road here. As you called me, about 10 minutes of rain just ended, which made it even worse for drivers trying to get through. Dakota Avenue itself is not terrible. It looks like drivers are able to get through pretty safely, but yeah, the east and west sides of Dakota Avenue, even a few blocks back, as you see on the east side here, down to about B Street in South Sioux City, and on the west side, I'd say to about First Avenue there are several inches of standing water It's dangerous to drive down here. I would try to avoid the residential or side streets if you can in South Sioux City. Cars really struggling to get through down here.
You can see a car right there, Mason. Hopefully they don't try to drive through that water because you just never know what can happen if a car gets stalled in that high water today. Mason Morrow, live in South Sioux City, Nebraska.
I want to bring back in Chief Meteorologist Ron DeMars. Ron, I want to try to put through the lens of the National Weather Service a conversation you were having about 10 minutes ago with meteorologist Jarrett Lansford. You had seen a message from the National Weather Service with regards to funnel clouds in the area, and I want to read part of the weather statement that will kind of help get everyone's head around what might be going on. This coming about 15 minutes ago from the National Weather Service says the headline, "Conditions favorable for funnel clouds. Current atmospheric conditions support the development of funnels. Usually they can form from showers or weak thunderstorms. Thunderstorm development is expected to continue along the Highway 20 corridor through the evening. The funnels develop quickly, are normally brief, dropping only a few hundred feet from the cloud base and rarely become a tornado, but these National Weather Service meteorologists say they do and can touch the ground, and if so, if you're in the area and you do spot them, you should let the weather experts know because it's very unpredictable tonight."
Exactly, and that's them saying they wouldn't expect these to be large tornadoes dropping out of the clouds tonight. It's the weaker ones that usually develop in these kinds of conditions. So that's the case, although obviously the severe part of the storms have been very impressive with that 4¼ inch diameter hail that was reported 2 miles to the north of Sergeant Bluff when we had that very large cell going through. In fact, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued now for northern Dixon, Clay County of South Dakota, southeast counties, and this goes until 6:30, and that's for this very intense cell just off to the southwest of Vermilion right now. It is moving off to the east, and they're now estimating this to be moving at 65 miles per hour. So this one is moving rapidly with a potential golf ball-sized hail. And the colors I'm seeing here, that doesn't surprise me too much. And some 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts could go along with that as well. It could be into the Vermilion area. Not too terribly long, as a matter of fact.
Dang, it's going to touch us.
Moving at 60 miles per hour. It could be to Newcastle.
I knew it was going to touch us.
6:35 on into North Sioux around 6:40, and at that rate,
Sioux City 6:44.
Sioux City again by 6:44. Went on to Hinton and Lawton into 6:47, 6:55 or so.
I knew it was going to hit again.
Almost at 7 o'clock. Kingsley and Pearson then a little bit after. So that's that latest severe thunderstorm warning for northern Dixon, Clay, southeastern Yankton, and western Union counties. That goes until 6:30. While we're talking about the cell, let's talk about the part of the cell that has been rotating. Remember, there was a part of that tornado that dropped down and did touch the ground 6 miles south of Yankton, right around Highway 81, it looked like to me. Why not? You're getting in that large hail. Let's go into a velocity scope of this. Let's see if we can see the reds and the greens coming together here at this point. And there it is. So there's the potential of the tornado dropping down on this kind of situation that you see right there. So that's the reason that northern Cedar County is still under that tornado warning for another few minutes here, as that cell is racing its way to the east at this point. So please, if you live in the Wynot area or anywhere just off to the east, southeast of there, you definitely want to be taking shelter immediately in this kind of a situation. That's
was hailing early.
Let's head over to the other one. The other one is in northwest Iowa. It was for southeastern Woodbury. That part of the warning is no longer in effect, I don't think, but northeastern Medina County, you are still under a tornado warning. And
we were outside when there was around quarter
velocity scope on that.
sized hail.
Seeing a little bit of that
Outside, it was raining so hard. I wish I got the footage for that, but I did not.
And we've been watching the potential, obviously, of any of these rotations to actually drop down to the ground. As a matter of fact, there was an observation of a tornado when this was over closer to Hornick, Iowa. We do a velocity scope.
Oh, is it blurry? I hope everyone's okay.
Yes, it would be near Mapleton, it looks like. There's a little bit of red and green together. This was too terribly tight, maybe over here, just a little bit. So I'd be watching this area near Mapleton and just off to the east of there.
Everyone's okay.
Be very careful in that vicinity, obviously, as well, as that continues to work its way onto the east. So that's your latest on those 2 tornado warnings that we have right now. That new severe thunderstorm warning, obviously. Let's go and do one more scan out so we can see this entire area one more time. And we're going to take a look at something else that is trending as we speak. Here is Storm Track 4. And a little bit further out. Let's go out so we can see everything here. And we can see what's going on. So there are the storms. Southeast Sioux City, we're still seeing a gentle rain in town here. South of Norfolk getting in on a cell. That is not severe at this time. Then obviously a wall of pretty good precipitation and some big hail coming your way throughout southeast South Dakota and the far corner of northeastern Nebraska. As a matter of fact, we do now have that tornado warning continuing for northeastern Cedar County, and this is going to go until 6:45. As a matter of fact, they are saying that there's the potential here of a damaging tornado. Weather spotters have confirmed a tornado on the ground. That was 4 miles southeast.
It's coming towards us.
That's about 10 miles to the southwest of Vermilion, just to give you an indication. So right here in this vicinity, it is moving to the south
here
at 40.
till there's something else pops up. Okay.
Here's the storm that we're talking about. Let's go ahead and do that double.
Okay, that was the end of that video, but I know I didn't get any cool shots like you expected, and most of it was boring, but I mean, when you're actually there, it's terrifying. Your life is at risk. I know the tornado didn't hit Sioux City, but flood has, and I don't know how bad the flood is, but it was pretty bad. Lightning was striking, and there was bad hail, like quarter size, what I went through. It was raining so hard. We were actually scared for our animals, because we had our animals at a different place. So we tried to go outside with the umbrella, but it was like, it's hard to imagine. It's like a driveway, but it's like sloped down the hill, and then there's like this gutter that a human could fit in. Almost. There's a gate above it, but you still could get like hurt if you got stuck in that. Anyhow, water was going down that driveway very quickly. I mean, super quickly, like almost like a river. It was huge water puddle. We walked through that. We got in the car, but then the weather wasn't able to drive in, so we didn't know what to do. So we were in the car for a while, and it started hailing quarter-sized hail. My sister wanted to stay in the car, but I didn't know if the tornado was going to hit or not. So I forced her and me to run back to the area where we were staying, to run through that water. I mean, we could have slipped and fell in that gutter. Because we had to use our umbrellas. I mean, seriously. I had no coat. I only had one umbrella. So we got in there. I was so terrified. So that's why I didn't film. That's why I filmed afterwards. I hope what happened to this was everyone's okay. They didn't get hurt or anything. And the flood didn't hurt anyone like that. If you did, I'll be praying for you. So, I'm going to end this video here. See you in the next one.